terms of our water and sanitation, we are commissioning a study which we call the Gweru Water and Sanitation Upgrading and Rehabilitation Design Report. This is a report that is going to look at the overall state of our water and sanitation in hardware and software, should I say. So it's a bumper-to-bumper investigation where we are commissioning a study to look at the dam sizes that we have, the water treatment plants that we have, the sewer treatment plants that we have, to look at the gap that now exists. You will recall that these dams and these water treatment plants were built around 1957, 1957, thereabout. And the focus that were there, the city has since outgrown the demand. Reason why we are doing water rationing, even if Gweru is spilling right now. Gweru is overflowing, but we are doing water rationing. Why? Because the water treatment plant was designed to supply the city with a maximum of around 63 megaliters per day. It can't exceed that. And you cannot expand the water treatment plant because the water treatment plant is built in relation to the dam size. So if you increase the water treatment plant and you don't increase the dam size, you abstract the raw water and empty the whole dam. And in terms of the laws to do with environment, there's a certain level of water that you are not allowed to abstract from the dam. So even if you try to speed up the treatment of it, once you reach a certain level in the dam, you cannot continue abstracting the water. So we'll continue to ration the water. So we need to commission this study so that we know how much exactly do we now require per day. Our estimates are saying we need between 120 to 130 megaliters per day, because we have got suburbs that are outside our boundaries that we supply water. The Woodlands, Raylands, Tatenda Park, all those that are outside the Gweru municipal boundaries, we are supplying from within. And because of that, we now need to commission this study so that we come up with the actual demand per day that we need, and also the future prospects in terms of growth, so that we can now come up with the facilities that can cater for the growing demand. There are also studies that are saying that 70% of the population will be now staying in cities by 2050. I'm not sure. I will need to check on that, but it is projected that 70% of the world population will now be staying in urban areas. So we also need to plan for that. So the Gweru main waterworks, as we speak right now, it has got some teething problems that it has. So there are some things that we need to repair that are catered for in the budget. We need 8 flow meters, 2 raw water pumps, 6 air valves, 6 core valves, and we also need to repair 100 meters of the main line section. The main line section, we are referring to the 525 millimeter main feeder from Gweru. It has been vandalized by the farmers along that line, and so we have got about almost about 40% non-revenue water, the water that has been treated and has been pumped into the main lines, but it gets lost, either it's stolen or through leakages. So that section needs to be repaired so that we reduce the non-revenue water, so that if you pump the 63 megaliters, it comes to the city, Isnapura Sika. So in terms of sewerage interventions, studies have shown that 80% of the water that is pumped into the main system finds its way into the sewer, it gets into the sewer treatment plant. So which means if we are pumping 63 megaliters per day, our sewer treatment plant is supposed to be 80% of 63, which is around 40, let's say 48 megaliters. Our sewer treatment plant is 17 megaliters, which means there is a big gap there in terms of our sewer treatment capacity. So in the budget, we are also looking at upgrading our sewer treatment plant And the current plant that we have is not functioning properly. The reason why we receive hefty penalties from EMA. So we need to rehabilitate the existing one. We need 6 pumps and 1 pump at Pakamisa treatment plant. And also we need to dislodge 1 sewer pond at Kambrisha treatment plant. These are some of the interventions that have been approved in the current budget for 2025. In terms of solid waste and environmental management, we want to procure 1 refuse compactor truck so that in terms of refuse collection, we are efficient. I know in the suburbs, you are supposed to receive your collection once a week, but sometimes you may find that if we have got breakdowns, you may go for 2 weeks without collection. So we have made provision for skip bins in all the 18 wards, so that on those days when we fail to collect refuse, you can have a transfer station. The skip bins act as transfer stations where you can go and offload your receptacles into the skip bins, so that once the trucks are on the road, they will then come and take the skip bins. So we are also going to procure additional 18 skip bins, 1 for each ward, so that we increase the number of these transfer stations, so that when the trucks are down, you can temporarily offload your waste in the skip bins. Then once the trucks are on the road, we uplift the skip bins and we go with them to our dump sites.